28, the right fielder, number 24, Henry Zimmerman.
We're live.
And batting ninth will be the third baseman, number 4, Thatcher Anderson. Head coach for Eau Claire, Jordan Fish. Head coach for River Falls, Ryan Bishop.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Big Rivers Conference Baseball. Now time for our national anthem.
At this time, we ask that everyone please rise. Remove your
This is the main shot camera right here.
flags.
Oh, now you just lost that bottom thing.
What?
Of the national anthem.
Where'd that? Hold on. We'll get it later.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets bid to live, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Big Rivers Conference Baseball. Today, the Eau Claire North Huskies have traveled to town to take on your River Falls Wildcats in some Big Rivers Conference action. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kevin Westjoust, joined by Brian McQuaid and Mr. Gregory Eugene Peters. Wildcats in the Navy today. Brian, isn't that beautiful?
I love it. I love the look of the blues. The navy.
It's a different look. It's a different look. No, we got batteries. No, I'm good. I got all batteries. We're good. We got batteries. We're all good on batteries. I just didn't have my wireless mics turned on over there, so we're good on that.
I was going to tell you when it's tough finding the cursor when you got to shake it around a lot. That means that battery's going down.
Nope, it's rechargeable. I just took it off the charger. Took it off the charger. What happens with multiple screens, Greg? Sometimes when it's over there, it's hard to get it back. This cursor over here.
I got you.
So here we go. On the mound today for your River Falls Wildcats, Caden Mueller. Let's go and take a look at Caden. Let's see. So I got my third base camera, Greg. So I picked third base. That's 3. So we want to go and take a look at Caden. We'll just go here. We can just zoom in right on him right there. Hey, Caden pitched last Saturday in the rain, and Brian and I were here and had the privilege of calling his game. He pitched 5 perfect innings. He faced the minimum in five innings. It was a beautiful thing to see.
It was great.
Wasn't he?
It was really great.
It was great.
In the rain yet.
Yeah. So, Greg, I'm going to give you the book because you're going to end up doing the book. I have to leave here in about 45 minutes. So, Greg.
Do you want me to do the camera too?
Nope. I'll just do that for right now, and you do the book. Okay. So I'll give you some room right here.
Well, I can get some practice in.
I'll give it to you after the first half of the inning.
All right.
Yeah. In another. Yes.
I got a nice litlittle.
Yeah. You want to get.
It's a 2-man setup right
why
here.
don't we get your cord all the way down to the next window, Greg?
All right.
Baseman number 7, Jack Kenny.
Could we put that over top of that monitor?
Got it.
There you go, Greg. How you doing down there, Greg?
I'm
you
doing all right.
Can you get to the open window, Greg? That's the question. All right, here we go. We're underway. And Caden Mueller pours in a strike. And it's 0-1. I'm going to go behind me and shut that door. Shut the barn door. And in 1 second, the pitch. That's high and tight. Yeah, wind is not our friend. All right. You know, I don't have the book. I love it. So, Greg, you're going to have to announce the next batter then, too, all right?
Okay.
So, Greg is going to take over the play-by-play. I'll just get it rolling here. And, Greg, actually, I'll let you call it here after we just kind of get rolling. Kevin Westhouse, Brian McQuaid, and Gregory Eugene Peters, 3-man show today. It's going to be a 2-man show shortly. That is just high. Now it's 3-1. Just underway. A little prompt or like a 2 minutes early today. How about that?
Little gentle breeze blowing out to
Chopper, right side, gathered onto first. Got him by 2 steps. Nice play out there by our second baseman. Who we got out there at second, Greg? That's you.
That's Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson just getting it done all day long out there at second base for the Wildcats.
They're steady Eddie.
Next up for the Huskies, a lefty left fielder, Braden Tillman.
See how we're doing this? We're just going to gradually just turn it over to you by the next batter. And I'll just run the cameras.
That strike just missed on the outside part of the plate. 1-0 your count. 1 down here, early going, top half of the first inning. Huskies and Wildcats going at it. That one high over the letters.
God, that transition was beautiful. I'm just going to run cameras now. You go. Love it.
Mashesky fires right down Hanson Drive, as the Godfather himself would say. 2-1 your count, 1 down. The sun's peeking out, Brian McQuaid. He put his sunglasses on.
I did.
That's a nice little, we'll call that one a slurve. Could have been a slider, but a little slurve from
Yacker.
Mashesky.
Mueller, Caden Mueller.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mueller. I know what you're thinking, though.
Caden Mueller went high and tight. Full count to Braden Tillman. Tillman hits one over to Ben Johnson on the right side. Johnson throws it over. Holy smokes.
3.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get Brooks Rivard. Good Lord. 2 outs now, both outs from Johnson.
You got a pen down, down there, Greg?
I do.
All right.
Ball 1. This brings up designated hitter Logan Hesselman. Do we have the the Huskies? I got it right here. Yeah. Hesselman, a junior. Outside. 2-1 your count. 2 down, top half of the first inning.
Oh, and Brian McQuaid's got the pitch count going again tonight. Nice work.
I'm feeling practiced here.
There's a foul ball out of play, over past the Liney's Lodge. Well, it was very close to a kind of a salty light blue truck out there, but it missed it.
That 88 Chevy.
It came dangerously close to the 88 Chevy.
That's a Dave truck.
Full count to Hesselman.
Got
And
him.
he gets the
Got him.
corner. Hesselman gets strike 3. That's 3 down in the top of the first. No hits, no runs, no errors. Wildcats head to the bottom half of the first inning. How'd that go, Kevin?
That was tight. Everything was good.
I feel like I'm amongst greatness tonight.
I'm happy with everything tonight except for my shortstop camera. For some reason, it's got some weird video lag on it. And if I'd had an hour, I'll figure it out. But that's what we're going to have for tonight. Everything else is good. Hey, how about these navy blue dark uniforms for the Wildcats? Haven't seen those at home this year. What do you guys think?
Are they doing a little retro or?
No, they just got them.
That baby still got the packing smell on them.
Yeah, they for sure do.
When I walked up into the park, I thought that North was going. I just saw guys from behind, and I thought North was going more dark blue because I didn't think that was us.
Right.
Then it was.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about their pitcher today, Greg. What do we got? I got a good close up of him. Talk to us about who's on the mound for the Huskies.
We got Chase Watkins on the hill. Chase is he is a junior, number 18 junior. He's kind of well put together. He's a right-hander, smooth delivery, as you can kind of see right there. Plays infield and pitcher. Do we have the Wildcat stats? And I know it was just kind of a couple games, but
I didn't, Brand. I literally had 0 time.
No, that's
today.
okay.
Mr. Mork usually sends them over, and I had them, and I didn't print them out last game. Work has been crazy this week.
You were at the high school last night, River Falls High School, dishing out some dollars from the River Falls Municipal Utilities. That was in your presentation was spectacular.
I had a joke and I just went over it. I went past it. It didn't feel like it was quite right. After I was done giving my 30-second little commercial for River Falls Municipal Utility, I was going to say River Falls Municipal Utilities, because you can't have an award show in the dark.
That's right. Well,
I had it teed up and I just went right past it. I'm like, no.
Leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the first inning, number 2 shortstop Teddy Norman.
I was so uncertain if I was going to do the joke or not. I didn't know till I got to it. I mean, like 2 words before that, I was like, I don't know. And I got to it, and I'm like, nope.
That pitch from Watkins just a bit outside. Kevin, I've been the last few games I've been watching the Wildcats. Teddy Norman has been going with the pitch extremely well. They're trying to pitch him away, and he's taking it to right center a lot, which is right where what you're supposed to do.
They're playing a little more that way. On Saturday, that second baseman was playing way up the middle, and there was a huge hole over there, and the Wildcats were taking advantage of that.
That was a big hole.
Watkins delivers. Norman swings and misses. Count is at 1-2. Early on here at First National Bank of River Falls Field, bottom of the first inning. No hits, no runs, no errors for your Huskies in the top half of the inning. Shortstop Teddy Norman awaits the pitch from Watkins outside, just a bit outside. Count goes to 2-2. Head coach Ryan Bishop at third, showing a flash and a few signs. And second baseman junior Ben Johnson on deck for the Wildcats. Norman swings, nubs one foul. Chase McQuaid scoops it up like he's done that 100 times.
Chase McQuaid playing center field again today for the Wildcats.
You don't see that too often, which I know you guys brought this up the other day, but the
Catcher to center fielder?
The catcher center fielder combo. Norman hits one to third, slow hopper, fielded by Eli Rathke.
I thought he looked like he may have pulled off, but I guess not.
He's good.
Ump was right there.
Eli Rathke, 5-3 your score if you're scoring at home. For out number one, this brings up second baseman Benny Johnson. One down for the Wildcats. A little high at the shoulders from Watkins.
Benny and the Jets.
Chase Watkins toeing the rubber. Gets set, rocks, and delivers. Little inside, little low. Says Mr. Blue, 2-0 is your count. To second baseman, Benny Johnson. Chase McQuaid on deck, and Caden Mueller, your pitcher, in the hole. There's a strike. Wildcats came away with what was their last game on
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday, same team.
10-0?
I think it was 7-0.
7-0?
Yeah, Wildcats played over in Eau Claire. Your final 7-zip. That I think improved the Wildcats. I'm kind of guessing. I wish I had more statistics, but we don't. But that will be a.
I heard Eli Condon pitched an absolute gem.
He did.
Coach said he was a bulldog. That's the term he used.
That was close, but must have been a hair inside, and Ben Johnson gets the walk to first base. There's Wildcats out on the pond for Chase McQuaid, your center field today. McQuaid, a junior, the 3-hole hitter.
Three-and-a-half-step lead.
Watkins to the plate. Chase McQuaid hits a foul ball just out of play over by the first base dugout.
Greg, that's 2 rows back.
2 rows back in the expensive seats over there by the Wisconsin Credit Union on deck circle. Speaking of Wisconsin Credit Union, I saw VP of Operations over there for the River Falls branch, Brian McQuaid, last night.
Not me.
Not Brian McQuaid.
I mean,
the
I'm
other
sorry,
Mannion.
Brian Mannion. Sorry, Brian Mannion. There's a swing and a miss from McQuaid. What do you think Chase McQuaid is pushing on the squat rack these days?
I'll find out for you.
Got to be, I bet, 450 to 500. I bet.
Chopper foul.
McQuaid pulls out just a little bit, swings a little early. Nice off-speed pitch from Chase Watkins. perfect day for baseball. Just a
really
slight breeze out to left. Not hot, not cold, just perfect.
Just right.
Ball outside. Outfielders and first baseman and second baseman don't have to worry about the sun right now.
That can be tricky for the visiting team.
This time of day, it's that setting sun from about the. Chase McQuaid gets the barrel on the ball, but goes straight up.
Second baseman.
No, I think the shortstop came over. Shortstop
Sure
Ben
was.
Metler. Ben Metler came way over to take that one.
Would almost have landed on the second baseman.
Yeah.
But
Well, the second baseman went. Second baseman is Jack Kane. He came over to second to cover the bag in case he dropped it. And the shortstop.
It's in his contract. It's in his contract. Catches are in his contract. You got to meet his quota.
At the plate now, pitcher Caden Mueller.
And check that
Oh,
run.
There's
away.
a throw to first. Gets away from first baseman
he's going. Oh,
Nick Tumaniak.
it looked like he was rounding. I thought he might have been going to third.
I like the hard round, though. I was thinking next base, right?
Yeah, Ben Johnson took the hard turn at second, stayed there. Coach Bishop gave him the put on the brake sign. Coach Bishop giving Mueller some claps. No count yet. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Watkins to Mueller. That's low. Nice block there by catcher Jack Gorman. Mueller swung for the fences on that one, a little out in front, fouls it pretty much straight back.
Better get Ben on the right base.
We have a new foul ball sponsor for Fish Games, by the way.
Oh, yeah? Who's that?
Kretzman Guitar Company
All right.
out of River Falls.
That's
And
down.
Mueller,
Oh, I thought
it sounded
off
good.
the bat. I thought it
Yeah.
was over.
He took a great swing at it. Sounded good, but it did not hit off the square part of the bat and was a little fly out to second baseman Jack Kane. There's 3 down. Wildcats get 1 on base through a walk, no hits, no runs, and 1 error. Zip here after 1 inning of play, and the Huskies are coming to bat.
Mark Vries is tuned in this afternoon. The Vrieser. Glad to have you. He says, let's go, boys.
Due up for the Memorial Huskies pitcher Chase Watkins, right fielder Maddox Gertz, and center fielder Trenton Palmer. Little decent crowd filling in
Real nice.
Yeah.
tonight.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Oakland
All right.
Huskies is the pitcher, number 18, Chase Watkins.
Top of the second, about to be underway. Caden Mueller on the mound facing his pitching counterpart, Chase Watkins. There's a strike right at the knees on the inside corner for Mueller. And Watkins rakes one right down the right field line.
That's a nice piece of hitting there by Watkins. Just found something thigh high, barreled it up, and drove it down into the right field corner.
Yeah, he just dropped his hands on it, and Henry Zimmerman did a good job of covering a lot of ground over there to stop Watkins from knocking down a double.
We call that a long single.
That's right. Now up for the Huskies, right fielder Maddox Gertz. Watkins gets about a 3-step lead. Mueller gives him a look, goes to the plate.
Huskies maybe playing for a run here early, huh?
They had 7 innings on Tuesday and couldn't secure a run in that game, so they're trying to get one across the plate.
Let's get one across.
Gertz pulls back. 2-0 is your count. Nobody down. Watkins on first after that single to right field.
Now he's going to swing away, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm going to tell you right now. I already knew it was, but yeah, doing the book and the camera and all that stuff. That's
you'll get it.
People have no idea.
You'll get it.
And Mueller
free pass
walks Gertz on 4 straight pitches. 2 Huskies on the pond, and that brings up center fielder Trenton Palmer.
I'm going to give you this shot right here because I think that we might have another bunt situation. What do you think?
Mueller rocking the candy cane baseball socks. Nice bunt right down the third baseline for Palmer, and he beats it out.
Everybody
just an infield single via the bunt.
That was pretty. That was a nice bunt, huh?
Sure was.
Just textbook picture perfect. Bases are full of Huskies, and that brings up the third baseman Eli Rathke.
Base is full of powder blue, huh? And a bit of a rally here. Caden Mueller and the Wildcats in a bit of a jam.
Little off-speed pitch by Mueller. Fastball inside, fouled straight back, 0-2. Well, strikeout in the books would look good for be happy for Coach Bishop and the Wildcats. Kevin, look who's down here taking pictures for the baseball team. You might know that guy.
Is it a Bob Burrows?
No. Braden Ingstrom.
Oh, is he down there?
He's right there.
Oh, there's Braden now.
1-2 your count to Eli Rathke.
Check swing. Did he go? Check that. There you go. He says no.
He says he did not.
It's a bad angle out there.
2-2 your count. Brian McQuaid's got that right up on the scoreboard for you. Good job, Mr. McQuaid.
Did you see I was behind one?
I didn't. I was just assuming you had it.
Oh.
They're going to get that high strike right at the letters.
Absolute aspirin. Jugs Gun had that one at 88, Greg, unofficially. That's a big out if you're a Wildcat fan.
1 down, still bases loaded. This brings up Nick Tumaniak. He's the first baseman, a left-handed hitter. A lot of lefties for the Huskies. That pitch a little high, 1-0.
Mueller elects to go from the windup here with the bases loaded. That's where he's comfortable.
Roxanne delivers a little off-speed, a little outside, a little high. Nick Tumaniak. There's a fastball right down the gut.
Scott Watkins, he likes what he's seeing. Hey, thanks for tuning in, Scott. And Trey Larson, beautiful day for a baseball game. You bet, Trey. Good to see you online.
I wonder if Scott's either a dad or an uncle or a brother of Chase.
Oh, yeah. Guaranteed.
Thanks for joining us, Scott. Well, speaking of Scott Watkins, his possible relative Chase Watkins was on base with a single to start it off for the Huskies here in the top of the second. He stands on. What did they put? They put in a
pinch runner.
They did. Is that third? Can you see the numbers at 11?
On third base?
Yeah.
Not yet. I have the
Ryan,
camera
I
on
think
him.
that's Ryan Hull. Ryan
It
Hull.
is 11.
Not Ryan Sandberg, but Ryan Hull.
Strike
There's
three
a strike.
looking.
Second strikeout for Caden Mueller in a big way. 2 big strikeouts.
Boy, you talk about ice water in your veins. You have bases loaded, nobody out, and Caden Mueller gets 2 huge strikeouts. Let's see if they can get out of this jam here. He wastes no time. Pops straight up. They might get out of this thing. Short center field. McQuaid comes in and makes the catch. Chase McQuaid puts a lid on it, and wow, you got to feel pretty good about that if you are a Wildcat fan there, huh?
I didn't even have time to. That was Jack Gorman. I was going to talk. I was driving around for work today and listening to the Twins and Padres game a little bit. And the Twins have the Major League's worst batting average with bases loaded this season, and it is paltry.
It's not what you're looking for.
Let me give you a little recap on that. Leadoff single, a walk, an infield bunt single. They load the bases with nobody out, and Cade Miller says, give me that ball. He worked quickly. He ruffled his feathers a little bit, got 2 back-to-back strikeouts, and then induces the pop-out to center field.
Yep. So, yeah.
Wow.
It went in order. Rafke to Maniac, and
Wow.
Gorman went down.
Wow.
And the Wildcats will head to the bottom of the second inning. Score still tied. Zip, zip.
And if you're a North player or a North fan right now after Tuesday's game where they couldn't score, they're like, what do we have to do to get a run, huh? Scratch and claw.
Well, next up here in the bottom of the second for the Wildcats, left fielder Austin Curdy, first baseman Brooks Rivard, and catcher Elijah Baker. They will face off against the junior Chase Watkins.
Kevin Westhouse, Greg Peters, and Mr. Brian McQuaid bringing you the action this afternoon.
Leading off the bottom of the second inning for the Wildcats is left fielder number 9.
Catcher Jack Gorman for the Huskies goes out, says a few words to his pitcher Chase Watkins. Gorman squats and gets ready. Watkins starts from the stretch position, and here's your first pitch to Austin Curdy. Good swing, swings over it. Watkins keeping the ball down low. That's where you want to live if you're a high school pitcher. Aaron Pankinen mowing down some popcorn over there. Hard base wrap over to second. Fielded nicely by Jack Kane. And there's the 4-3 put out. 1 down, 1 in the bucket.
The new batter for the Wildcats, first baseman.
Hard hit ball, but right at the second baseman. Fields his position well and gets that first out.
I always like watching Brooks. Like I feel like it could go out at any pitch. Any pitch could be going.
Brooks Rivard has a great he just looks like he has a plan at the plate. Good plate presence, and looks like he's seeing the ball well. He's a lot of times too when you see lefties, hitting just P-rods, to left center, they're staying down on it, keeping the front shoulder down, and Brooks Rivard's been doing a lot of that with from the games I've seen.
Oof.
He let that one rip.
He did.
The front shoulder didn't stay down there.
Tried to hit that one to Spring Valley.
He did. Trying to hit it to the Alina Medical Center parking lot.
One and two.
1 down for the Wildcats, facing Chase Watkins. That's a pitcher's pitch right there. You kind of can go either way, but Watkins has been kind of living around the corners, and the ump gave him that. Could have gone either way.
If we had a K zone up there, that would have hit the lower left corner of the K zone. That was just a great pitcher's pitch and almost unhittable. 2 down.
2 down brings up catcher Elijah Baker.
Yeah, a real nice pitch by Watkins there, and just tied up Brooks Rivard. If he swings at that, he's going to hit it off his shin bone.
Elijah Baker's grandmother bought him a paver for his birthday.
Oh, really?
At the ballpark. There's a foul ball.
That's what you were sharing on the
Well, I couldn't
last broadcast. You couldn't give it up.
I couldn't
You
give it
couldn't
away
up,
because
right?
it was a present. And he was going to receive it on Saturday, and I didn't want to spoil the surprise. But the cat's out of the bag now, and this Wildcat's ready to hit Elijah Baker, your catcher, senior. That takes one high and outside. 2-1 your count. 2 down. Wildcats yet to get a hit so far in early going, though. Henry Zimmerman on deck for the Cats. Smacked. He barreled it up, hits it straight away to dead center field. And Trenton Palmer is there to reel it in. No hits, no runs, no errors for the Wildcats in the bottom half of inning 2. We'll head to the top of the third. And Caden Mueller will be on the hill for the Cats. Well, one thing about high school baseball season in the spring, softball too, but man, they kind of have the long winters, and then the season starts, and all of a sudden you're just kind of getting set and ready to go, and it's already coming down the home stretch. It's just a quick season.
Yeah, we don't have much left, do we?
Well, it just seems like what they've played probably maybe 10, 11, 12 games, something like that.
Probably about right.
And they kind of get them in kind of quick because some makeups and weather makeups and stuff.
Right.
And next thing you know, you're 17, 18 games in the season. Playoffs are right around the corner.
Right.
This game has some pace to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. They know that you want to leave.
I have to leave here at quarter till.
They don't want the Godfather to leave their game.
I get to leave at quarter till. And then, Greg, you're going to come over here. Then you're going to be able to watch the monitor.
Right now?
No, when I have to leave, yeah. Because then you're going to be popping a few of these buttons. So I would say my advice to you would be less is more.
Hey, senior Bobby Rudolph was catching Mueller in between innings.
You keep an eye on him, Brian.
I promise.
I'm going to get Greg trained in on this because he's doing volleyball next year. So,
well, we're going to have 2 cameras and not 8,
right,
or 6.
So, yeah, we got 5 going. I am confused by this one though. Why that's doing that? I don't. It's a connection. It's got to be.
Leading off the top of the third inning.
Leading off the top of the third for the Huskies.
Second baseman number 7, Jack Kane.
It's your leadoff hitter, second baseman, Jack Kane. Kane grounded out to second his first time up in the first inning. Takes that one. Oh, that's a little strike on the outside corner for Mueller. That was called. 0-1 your count. Mueller rocks and delivers. Little foul ball off the safety netting. That would have drilled that lady in the yellow sweatshirt down there if that netting was not there. 0-2. Kane in the hole right off the bat here in the top of the third. Mueller surrendered just 2 hits. Those were both in the top of the second. Also had a walk in there and then had 2 Ks and a pop-up to center to squelch the Husky rally. 1-2 your count. Mueller. Good pitch, just a little inside, a hair low. I think some crumb rubber
Popped up on that, got him in the eye.
Popped up and got him in the eyeball. Boy, now it's about as still as it gets. I mean, there's
we can turn our exterior mics up a bit. Oh, there we go.
Flaccid in the outfield.
Haven't used that word yet this year, Greg.
It's a flaccid flag. It's a descriptive word.
It's very descriptive.
I think the ball slipped out of his hands a little bit. That thing came high and tight. 3-2 your count.
Hey, Jonah Hansen, welcome aboard. Glad you're enjoying the broadcast. It's hit pretty well into short. Oh, what a catch!
Hey!
Oh!
Left fielder Austin Curdy comes up with a wet jam in left field off the bat of Jack Kane. Jack Kane's hit the ball hard twice tonight, once to second, once to left, and he's 0 for 2 on the day. Great play.
Austin Curdy.
Austin Curdy.
I got there.
Was awesome.
I got there just tardy with the camera. But,
did you? Did you miss it?
I just tardy. Just tardy. Sorry.
Braden Tillman now at the plate for the Huskies.
We saw.
Go ahead.
I would say we saw him rolling, but I didn't see it go in the glove. That was quick. That was bang, bang. Austin Curdy lays out and just makes a fantastic catch in left. Wow.
Tillman down 0-2 early, fouls that one off. That's a great 0-2 pitch right there by Mueller.
My wife just texted that's doing a great job. I'm always looking for encouragement.
That's hit pretty well into
That's
right.
Barreled up about 10 feet in front of the warning turf. Braden Tillman gave that one a ride, but it's a loud out, as they say in the business.
Right in front of Gaslight out there in deep right field.
F9 if you're scoring at home, and it brings up the designated hitter, Logan Hesselman. Hesselman, a junior. A lot of lefties for the North Huskies.
Trey Larson likes flaccid flag. He said, I'll be using that.
Well, Trey, the flag is not flaccid anymore. There's a breeze going out to left. That one is a...
That's funny, Steve.
Steve, what did you say? Oh,
If it was a fish game, he would have shared that. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but
2-1 your count to Logan Hesselman. Mueller rocks and delivers a little late on that fastball. Foul ball just out of play. Curdy gave that one a run for his money, too. That one hit the best made batting cage over on the left field side. Even more, a big, nice little crowd tonight. There's
real nice. Nice night for baseball, isn't
Yeah,
it?
just a perfect night.
2-2 your count here in the top of the third inning. 2 down. Nobody on for the Huskies, and I'm sure Mr. McQuaid has that information rocking for you on the screen. Nice little off-speed pitch for Mueller. He gets the swinging K and will head to the bottom of the third inning. Huskies, no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left. And it's bottom of 3 time. Coming to the plate for the Wildcats, Henry Zimmerman, Thatcher Anderson, and Teddy Norman.
Let's go thank our sponsor, First National Bank of River Falls.
First National Bank of River Falls is a proud sponsor of River Falls High School. We've been sponsoring River Falls High School athletics for over 50 years. We're proud to support area students, student athletes, and educators within our schools. Together, we're building a better community, one child at a time.
I have one of the best videos.
There we go. Thank you, First National Bank of River Falls. They're over there in Prescott. They're downtown River Falls, and they're in the campus of the University of Wisconsin. River Falls, proud sponsors of everything Wildcat Sport, right here on the River Falls Sports YouTube network. What do you got, Brian?
So I have the best video with the JV team playing North last year, and there was a batter from North up, hits a liner to shortstop, Caden Mueller, makes a great play on the ball. And I don't see this very often, that the batter's walking back to the dugout and gives him a little tip of the cap.
Oh, really? Like, yeah, nice,
Yeah.
nice play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do that. It's that
Yeah.
good, right?
Actually, I'll pull it up. I'll show it to you.
I like it.
It was a great, one of my favorites. I should share it with the coach.
And that's about all he can do for plays like Austin Curdy made last inning. You just have to, I mean, Kane hit. I mean, that was a great piece of hitting and went with the pitch and just a great defensive play. And up to the plate now for your Wildcats, right fielder Henry Zimmerman. Watkins rocks and delivers. Popped up in the infield. Second baseman Jack Kane is all over that one for the first out of the inning. First pitch, first out. And next up, third baseman, number 4, senior Thatcher Anderson. Well, that big 3-2 win over Rice Lake was about a week ago, Kevin?
Yes.
Thatcher came in and takes a rip there, fouls that one back out of play. Thatcher came in to pinch run, got a stolen base, ended up scoring a run, then, was in the game, and then came up to bat next inning, got a single, came around and scored. Wildcats win.
Watkins settling in here, isn't he, here in the third?
Well, he's yet to surrender a hit to the Wildcats. That was a fastball right at the belt, little outside, good pitch, good location. 0-2 to Thatcher Anderson. One down here in the bottom of the third inning. Thatcher 0-2 has to just put a bat on the ball, hits it over to third. Eli Rathke fires and gets the speedy Anderson for out number 2.
Really nice play there by third base. Little hair on that ball, too, when he threw it.
Well, 2 down brings up your shortstop, Teddy Norman. Teddy's dad, Brett, plays out in the Troy Burn Golf League. I see him once a week out there. And the only bad thing about Brett Norman's league out there is that his partner is Aaron Cudd. Norman pops one up opposite field to second base. Jack Kane hauls that one in. That's out number 3, and we're breezing right along here.
Wow, headed to the
Brian
fourth.
and Kevin headed to the top of the fourth. Zip your score. Wildcats yet to get a hit. Chase Watkins is holding them down.
Here's that.
I want to see this play.
Yeah. So watch. I'll first zoom in on short here.
Well struck, all
Yeah,
over play.
see it. Watch this. It's the best part.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, nice catch, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's classy.
Well, there's 10 seniors, Mr. McQuaid, here on the Wildcat Varsity squad. They'll be graduating high school here in a few weeks.
Yeah, is that what it is? 10? Jeez.
10 seniors. They have
We have a great pitching staff
1,
this year.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and also 10 juniors. A couple of sophomores and Auden Pankinine and Michael Conway. I saw Marie Conway walk in, and she's taking in the ball game. Caden Mueller pitching a whale of a ball game himself. And leading off the fourth inning for the North Huskies, your pitcher, Chase Watkins. Mueller delivers inside. Ball 1. Wildcat superfan Lincoln Tremaine at the ball game today. And Watkins grounds out to Ben Johnson over to Rivard. 1 down. 4-3 if you're scoring at home. I bet Jessica McQuaid's scoring at home.
I wouldn't doubt it.
If not, she should be. Get her a McGregor scorebook and a number 2 lead pencil.
Mother's Day is coming.
There you go. Put a real red bow on that. That'd be nice.
Right fielder Maddox Gertz at the plate for
Now she knows
North.
what I'm getting her, though.
Little off-speed action for Mueller. 0-2 your count. 1 down.
Nothing better for Mother's Day than a new baseball scorebook and a weed whacker.
Foul ball out of play. Sharply hit foul ball. Well, Brian, we do have like 21 scorebooks that are sponsored by Chevrolet with a nice little partnership they have with our youth baseball here in town. And I could slide one over those to you.
So I'll give her a free scorebook.
It's up to Cindy Danke. They're technically – it'd be Cindy Danke's call on that. But a little high, a little outside. 2-2 your count. Maddox Gertz at the plate for the Huskies.
Wow.
Just missed 3-2.
That looked pretty good
That's
here.
what I thought, too.
Everybody at home
was getting ready to quick strike.
Yeah,
and,
everybody at home saw the exact same thing we saw here on the monitor in the booth, and looked pretty good. Nipped the K-zone even.
Maddox Gertz also pitches for the Huskies. Possibly could see him later today. He whacks one opposite field. Kind of tomahawked that one.
Got the barrel on it and shot it into right.
Well, after the single by Gertz, it brings up the center fielder, Trenton Palmer. A lefty-laden lineup for head coach Jordan Fish and the Huskies. That one squeaked out of Baker's glove, and Gertz is going to skirt on over to second base.
That is a pass ball there. That hit the meat of the glove and just spun out up over his head, in behind the catcher, and alertly on down to second base goes the runner.
Bueller trying to play a little footsie with Gertz on second base. Took a little off. Palmer swings through.
Like a circle change there or something. Same motion, but the bottom kind of dropped out of that thing.
Quick move to the plate.
Yeah, nice slide step there, and then he gassed him up just out of the zone.
Well, and sometimes for pitchers, that's hard, unless you practice it quite a bit. Brian, if you're changing up your motion to the plate, he's going a couple of quick moves and then some long pauses to kind of hold the runner. And sometimes that'll wreak havoc on your control. Lefty Trenton Palmer at the plate. Full count, one down, one on. There's a runner on second base. Top of the fourth inning, Wildcats and Huskies. Cats and dogs going at it. Another great off-speed pitch by Mueller. Little changeup. And Palmer goes down swinging for out number 2 of the inning. It brings up number 13, the third baseman, Eli Rafke.
Boy, when Mueller's needed a pitch today, he's really been able to dig down deep and find something and deliver.
I'll put that in the Bulldog category.
Bulldog.
Bases loaded and one out. He got out of it. No outs. And then runner on second with one down. A little outside.
A little miscommunication there. Shortstop cut in behind the runner, and pitcher still went ahead and delivered. It was a big opening there on the left side, but it was a ball away.
Three hits for your Huskies, none for your Wildcats. That curveball just a hair inside.
That was similar to a pitch we saw about 4 pitches ago. Real close to the K-zone, just not getting that call on the high inside pitch.
Sometimes you'll see umpires. Now he gave that looked a little outside. He gave that one to him, but
correct.
Sometimes not that last pitch, but 2 pitches ago, you'll see umpires ring those up to lefties and right-handers. They call them inside. A little high. Tried the curve.
Forgot to pull the shutter there, Greg. Left it upstairs.
Shutter left open. The sun's coming out with the shade not getting pulled down. First National Bank of River Falls Field has a flaccid flag with no wind. The sun's coming out, and Rafke walks to first. 2 on, 2 out, and it brings up another lefty, Nick Tumaniak.
Greg, where are we at in the order?
Nick Tumaniak is 8th, your 8th hitter. You got Tumaniak and then Gorman on deck. Catcher Jack Gorman waiting on the Wisconsin Credit Union on deck circle. That pitch inside. 1-0 your count. 2-0. Tumaniak struck out looking his last time at bat in the second inning.
You can take a little time out here. And what the old proverbial conference on the mound. Nice job by the catcher going out there and just settling his pitcher down, huh? Leadership, like to see it. It's like
Public address announcer and DJ Steve Manfred playing a little Andy Griffith. I like it.
Is there anybody
Solid.
better than him?
No.
I don't think there
As
is.
good as it gets. Two Maniac looking in. Mueller sets and delivers. That one a little high. Mueller's control here in the top of the fourth inning, not quite as pinpoint as it has been in the first 3 innings.
See if he can find the zone here.
Went with a little curveball on 3-0. Got it to go.
Boy, there's a pitcher for you, right? He just absolutely knows where he's struggling, and then he goes to his out pitch, and because he knows he can throw for a strike.
Yeah,
A
if
3-0 curveball.
If he's having problems getting the fastball over, Husky hitters are going to start seeing some off-speed stuff.
There it is.
And Two Maniac walks to load the bases. Bases are full of Huskies, and it's going to bring up the 9th hitter, catcher Jack Gorman. And Coach Ryan Bishop's going to take a timeout and come talk to his junior hurler, Caden Mueller.
So, Greg, I'm going to come over here now and have you nest in over here, and I'll kind of show you
Okay.
the ropes. What you should do, Greg, too, is open your phone up so you can watch the
Yep.
comments.
I will.
So you want to put your scorebook right here.
Yep.
I'm going to dance around you, so
All right.
let me hear.
Takes 2 to tango up here.
That was the old proverbial reach around right there. So watch here.
All right.
So see, to get off this shot, just hit another 2, then go back to first base, but then you want to go center field. So you're going to want to live on these first 4, really.
I will.
Main shot, center field shot, shortstop, first base. So
Will do.
there you go. I wouldn't punch anything else.
There's a hit. Right back up the middle. Caden Mueller snags it out of the air. For
Snagalicious.
out number 3. Second time this game the Huskies have had the bases loaded and can't get a baby blue to cross the plate. It's still 0-0.
Because I can't resist, this is usually where I take number 2 and I just take it right in the dugout and watch the high fives.
Huskies had 1 hit, no errors, left 3 on.
I'm good. I
Your
got to go.
score's still zip as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Godfather Kevin Westhouse
I gotta go.
is going to head west.
So I'll leave it. So 2 here. That's 2 there. So now you can do this if you want. So like between innings, I like to come into the dugout here when the Wildcats hit this first base camera. And now you're like, well, how do I get it back to first base? Just go there. If you get off of that, then you go hit first base again. It'll take you right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to live in center field. And
I would live there
Yeah.
and there, and there. That's where
Will
I would
do.
live. And if you
Will
want,
do.
if there's a ball in foul territory, go to this camera. That's this one. You can just move it manually by hand.
all right. Or they can just trust me and I'll tell them it's foul.
There you go. So, all right. So you run from here. I got to go run.
Yeah.
Do River Falls 101, talking about water and wastewater utilities tonight to a group of 30 citizens in River Falls.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, it'll be scintillating. So
Can you give that line tonight that you
I will.
you can't about keeping the
keeping
you
the
can't
lights
play baseball in the dark?
dark. Yeah, sponsored by River Falls Municipal Electric Utility, because you can't play baseball in the dark. All right, so here you go. So you got to be here quick if
Yep.
you want to get to that or first base. So
Yeah.
I would live there, and then you just call it. Otherwise, I got to run.
Watkins still yet to give up a hit for the Wildcats. We're here in the – and that, speaking of the devil, Benny Johnson lines a sharp hit to center, and he is on first base with a base wrap.
When you're done, you got to hit that right there when you end tonight. When you
Hit
end,
this right here?
Yes, don't hit it now though.
I know.
Okay, get your cursor way down
Yep,
here. Ready?
yep.
Oh, yeah, keep her right there. Keep it like right here, so you're ready
All
to
right.
go to something.
All right. Next up for the Wildcats, center fielder Chase McQuaid. Watkins goes to the plate. McQuaid, good take, just a little outside, not his pitch. 1-0 your count. Nobody out, and second baseman Ben Johnson on first base. Let's take a look at that over there.
Okay.
There he is.
Okay.
Watkins delivers. McQuaid pops one up. It's right behind home plate. We're going to. And catcher Jack Gorman makes a nice play behind the plate to retire McQuaid. And next up for the Wildcats, pitcher Caden Mueller. Ben Johnson's on. Watkins fires over.
Bye.
The Godfather's going off to a meeting. We're going to try to land this plane, Brian McQuaid and I.
It's going to be epic, Greg.
Chase Watkins sets and delivers to Caden Mueller. There goes Ben Johnson. Nice hit and
got
run.
there.
Boy, you couldn't have drawn that up any better from a coaching standpoint for Coach Bishop. Nice hit and run. Kept out of the double play. Johnson gets to second base. And Caden Mueller grounds out 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Next up for the Wildcats, left fielder Austin Curdy made the best play in high school in the outfield I've seen this year. Of course, I haven't seen a ton of ball games.
It was a good one, Greg.
Watkins a little low and outside. And there's Ben Johnson at second base. Watkins sets in and delivers. Little high and outside. 2-0 your count, 2 outs. Ben Johnson on second base for your Wildcats. 0-0 is your score if you're just joining us. Wildcats with 1 hit and Huskies with 3. Been a pitcher's duel, but there's been some runners on the ducks on the pond for both teams. No one yet to get one across the plate. Curdy fouls one sharp down the line.
To double check my pitches, but I have him at 41, and he hasn't thrown that many balls, really.
Well, Wildcats have just 1 hit, and I think there's been 1 walk, but I guess I got the scorebook here. Hold on. No walks. No walks. Oh, yep, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson walked in the first inning. So, yeah, Chase Watkins for the Huskies has surrendered just 1 walk, 1 hit. No runs so far. And Curdy swings through that one. It's full count. Ben Johnson will be running on the pitch. Watkins to the plate, and that one is right down the gut. Curdy left his bat on his shoulder, and that strikeout will be out number 3 for the bottom of the 4th inning, and we'll head to the top of the 5th. 1 hit, 1 left on, and no runs. It's still 0-0 tie ball game as the North Huskies head to the top of the 5th inning.
I don't think we really had a lot of base runners this game, have we, Greg?
Well, we haven't. North has had the bases full twice and hasn't scored. Wildcats had a walk in the first inning. Ben Johnson had a walk, and then Ben Johnson had a single. So he's been on base twice. He's 1 for 1. And pretty much everybody else is 0 for the day.
Ben Johnson's having a really good season.
Yeah, he's solid at second base.
He's just steady and just plays his game. He's a great number 2 batter.
Let's try some of these cameras. I'm going to try some of these camera angles out. Practice a little bit.
Don't freeze anything up, Greg.
There's left field. No, we're not going to.
We got a good thing going right now.
Yeah. There we go. We're back to there. Caden Mueller still on the hill for your Wildcats. Who was that warming up down in the bullpen? Let's try to check that out.
Is that right, Greg? First? I have 77.
Center. Can you see who's warming up over there in the Wildcat bullpen?
Can't tell. Can't tell from here.
Second baseman Jack Kane leads it off for your Huskies. Brian, Steve, what did Jack Gorman do? He popped up, didn't he? Jack Gorman last inning, what did he do? One and one, your count. Top of the fifth inning. Huskies and Wildcats all knotted at 0 apiece. And Kane rips one down the left field line. We're going to try to get a shot of that. That went foul. Apologize, I'm a little late on the trigger finger there. It's honestly, I don't know how Kevin does it, but it's practice, I guess. It's practice. Practice makes perfect.
He is amazing at what he does. Jaron Schwantz, he's in the.
Jaron Schwantz is in the bullpen.
Teddy Norman.
Whoop.
Oh, threw it away.
There we go. Should have had that one. That was my fault. Was that a throwing error? Or
yeah.
So that was so we're going to go with an E6, and Kane is on first base for the first time. We'll try to get a look over there at him. About a 3-step lead. Mueller gives a peek over to first. Sets and delivers. There's a bunt attempt, and they're going to call that one a strike. Braden Tillman at the plate, left fielder for North. He grounded out to grounded out to second in the first inning and flew out to right field in the third. 0-1 your count, nobody out, and second baseman Jack Kane on first for. There's a bunt, nice play by Thatcher Anderson. I think the sun got in Brooks Rivard's eyes because the throw was there. It was a little high, but it was there, and I think the sun got right in his eyes. That error sends Kane to third, Tillman to second. Huskies barking on the base paths with nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Steve, did you give that? Was that you gave that a
E5?
Okay, he gave it to Thatcher. Next up for the Huskies, designated hitter Logan Hesselman. Right back to the pitcher. Nice play once again by Mueller, fielding his position very well, Brian McQuaid.
He is.
1-3 if you're scoring at home. There is your runners on second and third, Kane and Tillman. There's your pitch. It's outside. 1-0. Pitcher Chase Watkins at the plate for the Huskies. He's pitched a whale of a ball game. Takes a whale of a hack at it. 1-1. There's your Huskies on the pond. There's your pitch. And strike two. Mueller against Watkins. Pitcher versus pitcher. 1-2 your count. One down. If you're just joining us, scores all knotted up at 0. Pitch just a little bit outside. 2-2. Count evened up. Ball a little low. Squirts out. No harm, no foul there for Elijah Baker. There's your runners at second and third. Here is your pitch. That pitch outside. Chase Watkins gets a free pass to first base. Bases are loaded once again for the third time this game. Maddox Gertz comes to the plate for the Huskies. He's playing right field. Gertz is a junior. And Coach Ryan Bishop is going to come to the mound. Speaking of Coach Bishop, there's Brooklyn Bishop and Bailey Bishop coming up the stairwell. Bailey Bishop donning a Iowa Hawkeye sweatshirt.
He has some good girls. They're great kids.
Absolutely. Well, I know, speaking of kids, my senior daughter Ella is very fired up to go on their senior camping canoeing trip.
Where's that at?
It's I think they go. It's over in Chippewa Falls, and they kind of go down the river, but they camp. And Coach Bishop is her outdoor ed teacher. It's kind of the highlight of the year. Well, their bases are full of Huskies.
Ella's playing volleyball next year, isn't she?
Ava. Bases loaded, 1 out. Nice little off-speed pitch by Mueller. Gets the first strike on Gertz. A little high. You can see the sun's out. Gorgeous day out here, Brian McQuaid.
Turn it.
And there's your double play. Boy, Caden Mueller is living right. 3 times the bases were loaded, once with no outs, once with 1 out, and once with 2 outs. And each and every time, Caden Mueller has walked off, surrendering no runs. Wildcats head to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 0 apiece. Boy, I tell you what, the Huskies, they have had all kinds of chances today and just cannot get a baby blue across the plate. We'll try this camera 2 here. Whoop.
I haven't been trained in on that yet. I am.
Oh, I tell you what. Public address announcer Steve Manfred's getting the Cats fired up with a little.
Get the trumpets out.
The
right?
trumpets are out. They are out. What did he say?
He said I usually play it at the beginning. He's ready now. You guys get him fired up. So where's she going to play at, Greg?
Ella?
Yeah.
She is going to Gustavus Adolphus College in St. Peter play basketball.
Beautiful campus.
Yeah, they good.
Good for her. She's going to be excited about that.
She is. Well, coming to the plate for your Wildcats, first baseman, sophomore, Big Brooks Rivard. Double deuce on the uniform. It's time for the double deuce to get loose, Brian McQuaid. Watkins still on the mound for your Huskies. Brooks Rivard slaps one down the third baseline. A little foul. 0-1 the count. Nobody out. Bottom of the 5th. I see a couple of North Husky powder blue sweatshirts walking around tonight. Out in the grandstand. Brooks Rivard fights one off the 5th. Quickly down 0-2. Rivard swung out looking in the 2nd. He has been swinging the bat very well of late. Time for the big sophomore to maybe send a moonshot over the right field wall. Fights that one off. Brooks Rivard digs in. Watkins shakes off a sign, sets and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Inside, low off the turf. Seems like every time I watch the Wildcats online, if I'm either watching them online, driving around, they having some tight ball games. Rivard sends one to left.
Oh, I think he felt like he was running out of room.
Foul ball. He'll live for another day. 1-2 is the count. the double deuce. Brooks Rivard getting some celebratory cheering from the grandstand. Elijah Baker on deck for the Wildcats. Watkins comes to the plate, a little high. Evens up the count at 2-2. Gorgeous day here in River Falls, Wisconsin. First National Bank of River Falls Field. Brooks Rivard, good eye, taking the last 3 pitches. Count is full. Brooks Rivard leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Wildcats. Brian McQuaid doing a heck of a job over there on the scoreboard. And color commentating. Brooks Rivard sends a shot up the middle. Just gets him at first base. Nice play by second baseman Jack Kane for the Huskies. 4-3 if you're scoring at home.
Oh, he left him there.
Whoop. They're saying he pulled. Did he pull? Coach Fish, I don't think like that call. It's saying he pulled his foot.
Is that what he's saying? I didn't see it.
I mean, he had. I don't know what else it would be. Coach Jordan Fish did not like that call, but umpire was right there. And that's what hustle can do for you, Brian McQuaid. You hustle down first base. And you get on. Well, we got.
Is that what it was? Was he saying he pulled? He pulled his.
I mean, he had to have. I don't know what.
Running at first base, number 13, Bryce Bevan. The new batter.
Pinch runner for your Wildcats, number 13, junior Bryce Bevan. And again, at the plate,
All right, why
number
take
23,
take this out
senior
away.
catcher Elijah Baker. Watkins gets his sign and rocks to the plate. Little foul ball to left field there, out of play.
Greg, you're doing a good job.
There's Bevan on first base, pinch running for Rivard. Steve, did you give that E3 on the last play? E3. Your official scorer, Steve Manfred. There's the pitch to the plate. And Baker bunts it right down the line. We're going to go over to first base for the out. But Baker bunts Bevan over to second.
Batman's a good base runner for us. He's got some wheels.
And that brings up the right fielder, Henry Zimmerman. Yeah, the play-by-play, is Brian is, I mean, that you get better and better as you do it and stuff. And doing the scorebook is a piece of cake. I've done scorebooks 100 times, but doing the cameras and trying to do all 3 at the same time is work, but fun work.
Well, I think you're doing a good job operating the cameras.
That pitch called a strike, hits the inside corner. Chase Watkins pitching one heck of a ball game today. Surrendered just 1 hit. There's been 3 base runners. 1 walk, a single, and an error. Both teams with 2 errors, but one was a
I do have to get my ears
pass
updated.
ball.
I should be.
Zimmerman at the plate for the Wildcats. 0-2 is your count. 1 down. Zimmerman. That foul ball caught behind the plate by Jack Gorman. That's your second out.
Starting up the plate now, third baseman number 4, Thatcher Anderson.
And next up for the Wildcats, let's get a little. Number 4, your third baseman, senior Thatcher Anderson. Bevan on second base. You can see him right there in the front of your screen. Thatcher Anderson grounded out to third his last time at bat in the 3rd inning. Watkins a little high and inside. 1-0 your count. 2 down. Bevan on second base. Thatcher Anderson at the plate. We're all tied up at goose eggs, 0-0. The Huskies have 3 hits on the afternoon. Wildcats just 1. Both teams with 2 errors apiece from official scorer Steve Manfred. And Thatcher Anderson
Hit by pitch.
is hit right in the thigh, and he will trot to first base.
Takes us back to the top.
Yeah,
Teddy
top
Norman.
of the order. Senior shortstop Teddy Norman at the plate with 2 Wildcats on and 2 outs. Chase Watkins hadn't had to pitch out of too many jams today. He's been dialing it up. Watkins with 2 strikeouts on the day. He gets that first strike to Norman on the inside part of the plate. There's your runners. And there's Chase Watkins ready to set and deliver. Norman hits a blast down the line, just foul. Just foul. Foul by about 1.5 feet. 0-2 your count. 2 down. Haven't seen the updated stats, Brian, but last week Teddy Norman was hitting a crisp, clean, cool 500 on the season.
Great season as well.
That pitch high brings the count to 1-2. Wildcats have been getting some timely hitting, haven't they, Brian?
Yes, you're right.
He's not the best color man in the business for nothing.
I trying to focus on my clicks here.
You are good. That was a little major league joke that Harry Doyle, play-by-play guy Harry Doyle, said to Monty. What do you say, Monty? Yeah, nothing. Hey, don't call him the best color man in the business for nothing. Teddy Norman locked in. Here's the pitch from Watkins.
Oh, there it is.
Hits a rope to right field. And 1 run will score. Wildcats get on the board first. 1-0. Big RBI single by senior shortstop Teddy Norman.
RBI single for Norman, and that brings up back to baseman number 5, Ben Johnson.
And Coach Fish will come out to.
All right, so I'll update my stuff here.
Yeah, so we have runners on first and second. 2 down. Big 2-out hit by senior shortstop Teddy Norman. Well, you want your best hitter up at the plate in some big situations, and Coach Bishop had just that. Teddy Norman laces one to right, and that scores. It was a pinch runner for Brooks Rivard. Bryce Bevan came around from second to score. That gives the Wildcats a 1-0 lead. Wildcats just 2 hits on the day, but good enough for 1 run. Huskies just 3 hits. They have 0 runs, both teams with 2 errors apiece. And this brings up second baseman Ben Johnson, and I don't know if there's any Wildcat hitter hotter than BJ.
Ben is my steady Eddie.
Little off-speed pitch from Watkins, a little high. There's your 2 Wildcat runners. Thatcher Anderson and on second, Teddy Norman on first. Watkins looks to second, turns, and fires to home. There's a shot. Right up. Shortstop grabs it, throws to second. There's your 3rd out of the inning. However, your Wildcats take a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th with a sharp single to right by Teddy Norman that scores Bryce Bevan, and the Wildcats are up 1-0, Brian.
All right, let's get we're going to have a new pitcher.
Yeah, number
Jaron.
16, Jaron Schwans. They called him Jaron Schwartz last night. We're going to play this little song right here. Hold on. He wanted to play Steep. Hey. Jaron Schwans wanted me to play this song if he came in today. Here you go, Jaron. Not really my choice, but he's the one pitching, not me. We'll go. There's Jaron Schwans.
How did that come up, Greg?
Well, I saw Jaron Schwans yesterday at the. Let me go back to the. I saw him yesterday at the
All right, got Jaron.
the awards ceremony. Ben Johnson single. I'm getting my scorebook updated.
Make the Godfather proud right now.
Yeah.
I got Jaron in as a pitcher right now.
Good work, Brian McQuaid, your scoreboard operator extraordinaire and color man. God,
What a combo,
and,
huh?
and I tell you what, you wear a little like a golf sweater top very well.
I'm a golfer.
I mean that thing.
I'm a golfer.
That's Whistling Straits. Have you ever played there?
I've never played there. I played Irish course. Never Whistling. Have you?
I have not, but I think there's a chance I might be playing it this summer.
I liked it more than I thought I was going to. The Irish course, anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it a
Well,
lot.
leading off for the North Huskies in the top of the 6th inning, center fielder Trenton Palmer. Palmer singled in the 2nd and struck out swinging in the 4th. Jaron Schwans on the hill for the Wildcats. The big, rangy, strong right-hander throws hard but a little low. Schwann's going to bring his talents to Winona State next season. Join his brother, Jaden. Huskies, Palmer quickly out to a 2-0 count. Schwann's smooth, quick delivery.
What was
Strike
the
right
speed?
down the
What was
gut.
the speed on that, Greg?
Let me pull up the. That was 89. He threw that one 89 right there, and that was a smooth delivery. Another strike. Well, I tell you what, if the Wildcat, Coach Bishop gets the Terminator, Jaron Schwans throwing on the corners, they're going to be tough to beat.
Oh, I thought.
That one tipped. That one hit the 9-0.
I think Bake even wanted that one.
That hit the 9-0 on the Jugs radar gun. Full count, nobody out, nobody on. Top of 6. Wildcats up 1-0. Both teams.
Got
And
him.
there's strike number 3. Wildcats throw it around the horn.
Eli Rafferty, the new batter, third baseman, number 13.
Next up for the Huskies, third baseman Eli Rafke. Rafke struck out looking in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. Schwans sets and delivers. Little off-speed pitch. Strike number 1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 6th for the Wildcats, Chase McQuaid, Caden Mueller, and Austin Curdy will be due up for the Wildcats. A little high there from Schwans. 1-1, 1 down. Schwans with flowing locks coming out of the bottom of his hat. Gets Rafke swinging there. 1-2, your count. little high, 2-2. Boy, Kevin has some little like yellow rocket pointers that tell you too. I don't know if he did that just for me or.
Yeah.
And there's strike 3.
They were not there when I was here last.
Wildcats throw it around the horn once again. 2 up, 2 down, and 2 strikeouts for the Terminator, Jaron Schwanz.
That is fantastic.
Next up for the Huskies, first baseman Nick Tumaniak. Strong looking lefty, wearing number 14. Oh, they called that one a strike there. 0-1 your count, 2 down. Top of the 6th. Nice little off-speed change-up from Schwanz, and he dials it up. And the top half of the 6th, the Huskies go down 1, 2, 3, 2 strikeouts, and a excuse me swing F6 if you're scoring at home. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Wildcats up 1-0. Huskies had no hits, no runs, and no errors in the top of 6. Brian, the Wildcats could use a little insurance run with McQuaid, Mueller, and Curdy coming up.
Yeah, they could. They could use some base runners.
Wildcats
For
have had,
sure.
just let me count them here. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, a total of 5 base runners all game. 1 hit by pitch, 1 walk, 1 error, and 2 singles.
Yeah, North has had a lot of opportunities. They just haven't been able to get anybody across the plate.
Well, I tell you what, Caden Mueller had bases loaded in 3 of the 5 innings and
Got out of it.
came out of it unscathed. And that's Bulldog mentality. I mean, yeah, you can say stuff. You can say all you want, with North, not getting any runs across, but that's also you got to chalk it up to you got to tip your cap to a pitcher bearing down and getting it done.
Yeah, and the defense too, making the plays. This is a great double play to end the last time they had.
Outstanding. And leading off here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the 6th inning, center fielder number 11, junior Chase McQuaid. And Watkins, is he still on the hill for McQuaid? Rips one down the line. It was foul. Yeah, 18, that's still.
Watkins.
Yep, Chase Watkins still pitching. How many pitches does Chase?
I have him at 67.
67 pitches for Chase Watkins. He looks like if he wants to, he'll be got 2 more innings in him if he needs it. Chase McQuaid rips one to. I was looking at the camera. I didn't see if that was a tough play, if it was a hit, or we'll see what. And
Steve's calling it
gives him a hit. So McQuaid with an infield single. And that brings up now designated hitter Caden Mueller. Mueller pitched the first 5. Jaron Schwanz knocked down the 6th inning for Coach Bishop. There's Chase on first base, and Watkins to Mueller. There's your pitch. Little curve ball, little inside. Want to know your count? Nobody out.
How many high school?
Chase McQuaid on first. Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
Oh, go ahead. Finish up.
There's a line drive out to left. That was caught by Braden Tillman. He fires it back to first, but Chase McQuaid slides in. He's safe. 1 down. F7 if you're scoring at home. And that brings up number 9, left fielder Austin Curdy. The sweet swinging lefty. Chase Watkins peeks over to first, sets, and delivers. Curdy fouls one over to first base dugout. Is Chase a threat to steal, Brian?
He's got speed.
Whoop.
I know he wants to.
I got a little. You got a little three-step lead and a half. Whoop. We should have went to center. And Curdy flies out to center, F8. 2 down, and that brings up first baseman Brooks Rivard. Brooks Rivard reached on an error in the 5th inning, struck out looking in the 2nd. McQuaid on first. The double deuce, Brooks Rivard at the plate. He sends one. That one's foul, out of play. Oh, you know what? The Godfather, he has a steal down here. Like if somebody's stealing, we'll go right there.
He's got it all, doesn't he? I want to know how many
Brooks Rivard
fields
at the
have
plate.
a camera at center field zoomed in on the.
Chase McQuaid with a stolen base. 1-1, your count, 2 down. There's a Wildcat on the pond for the double deuce, Brooks Rivard. A little high and outside. 2-1. 1-0 your score. Wildcats on top. 3 hits apiece in the hit column for both teams and 2 errors apiece. Sophomore big Brooks Rivard digs in, takes it outside, pass ball,
Didn't find
and Chase McQuaid took a big turn at third. A little wild pitch from Chase Watkins there. Official scorer Steve Manfred informs us. Three and one your count, 2 down. Chase McQuaid on third for the Wildcats. Brooks Rivard at the plate. Watkins delivers. And Brooks Rivard, excuse me, that was right center. Flies out. Was that center field?
It was, yes.
Brooks Rivard flies out, hits it. The ball's hit well, but flies out to center field. And they strand Chase McQuaid on third. 1 hit, 1 left on base, no runs, and we head to the top of the 7th. Wildcats up 1-0. Move that over there. Try this one here.
You feeling good with that stuff, Greg? You're doing a good job.
It's just, I mean, it's calling the game and then trying to, and then making sure you're getting the right stuff. But it's not anywhere near Kevin Westhouse, but hopefully people can listen to the game and know what's going on. That camera's a little twitchy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that one's
That's the
better.
one that was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we had. I'm just gonna make sure my scorebook's correct here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we should have, unless they have a pinch hitter, we should have Jack Gorman, Jack Kane, and Braden Tillman coming up for the Huskies. And I think
Who do you have up right now?
Jack Gorman.
Okay.
Yep, and he is
All right.
coming out to bat. Let's get a little shot of. Whoop. Jaron Schwann's on the mound for his 2nd inning for Coach Bishop and the Wildcats. Looking for a 2-inning save. What Schwann's does have, he has a smooth delivery, and the ball just gets on you quick.
He looks good.
He has a smooth delivery.
With
Well,
having-
go ahead.
With so many pitchers that we have this year, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of our pitchers.
Leading off for the Huskies in the top of the 7th inning. catcher Jack Gorman. And Gorman delivers one. That was a liner to right. I'm a little late, but you can take my word for it. Henry Zimmerman made a heck of a play in right field to get out number 1. And the folks at home watching don't appreciate Mr. Westhouse as much as they do after they watch the camera shots from me. But that is a F9, 1 down. Jack Kane grounded out sharply to second in the first inning. He flew out to left field in the third, and that was an outstanding catch by Curdy. And then he reached on an error in the fifth. Kane hit the ball every time he's been up at the plate today. Wait a minute. Oh, that was a single. I'm sorry. You can't trust me. So Jack Gorman, that was a single to right field, huh?
Yes.
Okay. I thought that was my fault. Doing too many things. So bunt there. They're saying he kept his foot on the bag, and you kind of saw it right there. That Ben Johnson, came over and covered first, but that moves Jack Gorman over to second. Let's see. So that was a sacrifice for 1 down. And this brings up Braden Tillman, left fielder. The runner on second. First pitch strike. And they got Ryan Hull, pinch runner Ryan Hull running for Jack Gorman. So Ryan Hull at second base. Jaron Schwann's on the mound for the Cats. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled. Quickly 0-2 on your number 2 hole hitter, Braden Tillman. 1 down, and Ryan Hull on second base, pinch running for Gorman. Top of the 7th, Schwann's coming on board. He pitched a clean 6th inning. Calls a little timeout. And Elijah Baker will come out to say a couple words. Just got a text from Justin Wilson. The Wildcat softball team is down 6-2 in the bottom of 6 right now.
Where are they at tonight?
I am not sure, but they must be playing at home because
he was here earlier.
Yeah, and Tillman looking in, and Schwann's ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second base. Johnson to Rivard. And that retires Tillman. 4-3 in your scorebook. 2 down. And the last hope for the Huskies will be designated hitter Logan Hesselman. Good-looking left-handed hitter for the Huskies. Hull over to third. There he is. And Schwann's delivers the first pitch to Hesselman. It's high. 1-0. That's your count. 2 down. Hull on third. Hesselman at the plate. And Schwann's on the pitch. That one's going to go all the way to the backstop. And Hull slides in head first. A wild pitch from Schwann's. Hull took off for the plate, slides in head first, and that ties up the ball game at 1 apiece. Clears the bases. And Hesselman brings the count to 2-0. Big-time hustle from pinch runner senior Ryan Hull. ties up the ball game for the Huskies, 1 apiece here in the top of the 7th. There's a foul ball.
Again,
A straight back.
foul balls to our concession stand. We'll give you candy. That tastes better than a foul ball.
2-1 your count, 2 down. There's a solid single by Hesselman. And I guess that pass ball would not have mattered. With Hesselman on first base, and there he is. To the plate is Chase Watkins. He's pitched a whale of a ball game, all 6 complete innings so far. Surrendered just 3 hits. Watkins singled in the 2nd, grounded out to 2nd in the 4th inning, and walked in the 5th, so he's 1 for 2 on the day. Schwanz digs in, sets, and delivers. A little outside. Nice stop there by Elijah Baker. 2 down. 1 Husky on first base. There he is.
Get my
That's Logan
battery.
Hesselman. Little inside. 2-0 your count. Top of 7, number 16 senior Jaron Schwanz on the hill for the Wildcats. This is his 2nd inning of work. His 6th inning went strikeout, little soft, pop fly to short. Here in the 7th, gave up a single and a sac bunt. Then there was a ground out to 2nd, and then another single. Huskies tied it up here in the top of 7. Wildcats still be coming to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nice cut by Watkins to no avail. Schwanz moves the count to 2-2. 2s across the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Schwanz sets and delivers. Little foul ball over by the Liney's Lodge. Husky pitcher Chase Watkins digs in. Schwanz sets and fires to home plate. Just a bit outside. Schwanz tried the corner and missed. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hesselman will be running on first. We're going to pop it over here to see if Schwanz can get him leaning the other way.
got him.
And got him on the inside part of the plate. Schwanz comes up big. Gets the strikeout on Watkins, but the Huskies tie up the score with 1 run on 2 hits. There was 1 left, and we'll head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Wildcats coming to bat to try to win the game in dramatic fashion. Coming up for River Falls, catcher Elijah Baker, right fielder Henry Zimmerman, and third baseman Thatcher Anderson are scheduled to hit for the Wildcats. As Steve Manford plays a little Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. Well, the Wildcats are going to need an Eye of the Wildcat right here. Chase Watkins is, I about said Chase McQuaid, but Chase Watkins hasn't thrown a ton of pitches, but his control has waned a little bit here in the last inning or two.
Later.
But in the later innings, which is obviously.
So we start off with Bake here.
Yep, Elijah Baker. I think the Coach Bishop probably telling the Wildcats their approach at the plate here in the 7th inning is, make sure it's a pitch you want to hit before you swing, and make him throw you a strike first before you take a rip at it.
Right.
Try to just get on base. Whether that be a walk or a.
Good game.
Yeah. Nope.
It's been a really good game.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Number 23, your catcher, senior Elijah Baker, at the plate to lead it off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1-1 your score. 5 hits on the board for North, 3 for your Wildcats, both teams with 2 errors apiece. Brian McQuaid on the color and scoreboard. Kevin Westhouse was joining us earlier. He had to go to a meeting. Whoop.
Uh-oh.
Baker swings at the first pitch and fouls it over the grandstand.
My screen went black over here.
That was me.
I was like, oh
There,
no.
if you hit the little box right to the left of this shot here, it's a black screen. You thought he hit the camera, just broke it. Little off-speed pitch, nice pitch from Chase Watkins. Quickly 0-2. Kind of just what we were talking about before the inning started. You want to be a little more patient here and get a base runner on here in the bottom of the 7th. Baker goes down swinging. And next up with one down, it brings up your right fielder, Henry Zimmerman. Zimmerman flew out to second. And okay, we got a pinch hitter. This is number 15, Eli Condon. Senior Eli Condon headed to UW La Crosse to play baseball next year. Predominantly a pitcher. Threw a heck of a ball game. Was that it was Tuesday. Condon takes a strike on the outside corner. Once again, quickly 0-2 for Husky pitcher Chase Watkins. Watkins has pitched one heck of a ball game. Surrendered just 3 hits. How many pitches, Brian?
81 is what I'm at.
80. That was his 82nd pitch right there. That must have just missed.
83.
That was the 83rd pitch.
Yep.
And Eli Condon had some stones right there, taking that pitch. Little off-speed, slow curveball from Watkins. Smart pitch. Great spot, great time to throw it, and gets the strikeout on Eli Condon. Well, the Wildcats are trying to get something going here in the bottom of inning number 7. Senior third baseman Thatcher Anderson is at the plate with 2 outs. And there's the pitch from Watkins, just a bit outside, ball 1. Putting in the Does Kevin? I wonder if Kevin keeps the score things here.
I'm not sure.
There's Anderson at the plate and Watkins on the mound.
That's fair.
Hammered.
He's getting at least 2 out of this.
Thatcher Anderson with a P-Rod rope down the line into the corner. He trots into second base.
Number 2, Teddy Norman.
All right, I think Teddy had
Teddy Norman had the
single?
Wildcats' only RBI on the game, and he is up in a big-time situation yet again. Norman produced in the 5th inning with an RBI single that scored. No, that wasn't. It was. Excuse me, I got that wrong. Yeah, scored Bevan. Norman hard shot to first. There's a rough throw from Ratke over to the first baseman. Kind of fumbled a little bit. And now we have Wildcats have runners on the corners with 2 out. And the hottest Wildcat in the dugout, Ben Johnson, comes to the plate. There's Thatcher Anderson at third. There's Norman at first. And that's a rip. Line shot to left. I should have hit that shot right there, Brian. Line shot to left. Ben Johnson squared it up, bat on the ball, but right at left fielder Brayton Tillman. And the Wildcats strand 2 runners, and we got free baseball tonight, Brian.
I see that.
Yeah, Ben Johnson stroked that one, but
I didn't want to ask.
F7
I was
if you're
curious
scoring at home.
What happened if we win extra innings or not? I didn't know.
I guess I just assumed that.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask. I didn't want to jinx it.
And Jaron Schwann's still on the mound for the Wildcats. He'll be pitching his 3rd inning. 1-1 your score, top of the 8th inning. Huskies with 5 hits on the day, Wildcats with 4. Huskies 3 errors. That last one almost a costly one, but Chase Watkins bowed his neck and got a line out from Ben Johnson, and that sent the Huskies to, for sure, one more inning of baseball.
He had a good inning there. Watkins did.
Oh, he's had
that was a really good
pretty
inning.
much 7 good innings. Scattered 4 hits. 1 walk. North head coach Jordan Fish headed on over to the 3rd base box. We'll take a look at him right here. He's going to sneak in. We'll see if we can get this one. Nope.
We're talking to Bish.
Yeah. All right, leading off for your North Huskies in the top of the 8th inning. Number 24, it's the right fielder, Maddox Gertz. He walked in the 2nd, singled in the 4th, and hit into a 6-4-3 double play in the 5th inning. Jaron Schwann's on the hill for his 3rd inning. A little curveball low. A little scoop by Elijah Baker. 1-0 the count. We haven't had to turn the lights on too many times with 5 o'clock game starts, but we may tonight. There's a little sawed off at the 5th. Gertz sends one flying back over the grandstand. 1-1. Ump's calling time, and Schwanns gets his sign, sets with the flat bill cap, and delivers.
Oh.
There was a little squeaker through the hole. And Maddox Gertz will get a C&I single. He's at first base. And next up for the Huskies, center fielder Trenton Palmer. There's your runner on first. Schwann to the plate. There's a bunt attempt, and Gertz goes nowhere. Let's take a look over at Gertz and see, getting a little bit of a lead here. Palmer at the plate. Schwann's on the mound. Pulls back the bunt. Schwann's misses high and away. 2-0 the count. Nobody out. Top of the 8th inning. 1-1 your score. Free baseball for you out there. Of course, it's always free here at First National Bank of River Falls Field. Schwanz delivers. Just.
Got
He
it.
did get the corner.
He did.
Schwanz got the corner. 2-1. That's your count.
Got it.
Schwanz gets another one. Fastball right down the gut. Center fielder Trenton Palmer at the plate. Nice snag there by catcher Eli Baker. Schwanz runs the count full, 3-2. There's Gertz over at first. Schwanz gets his sign, sets, delivers. Good hard fastball right at the letters. Palmer can't quite catch up with it, fouls it back. Travis and Anna Salmer are in the house. That ball's out of play, foul ball. Landed right in the plaza.
Say it must almost hit
And
someone.
I
with
heard
the reaction of the crowd.
Quite a few oohs and ahs, so it must have been went just over. Actually, Jason Schwanz he's watching it from the little happy bar deck right there, table. 3-2 once again. Here's your pitch from Schwanz.
Got him.
And a big strikeout from the Terminator, Jaron Schwanz. And James Jerzinski now pinch hitting for North. Jerzinski, a senior. The kid's put together pretty well.
Yeah, he looks like a baseball player.
Looks like there could be some pop in his bat. There's Gertz at first base still. Gets the lead. Schwanz looks in. Strike right down. Hansen drive on Jerzinski. 0-1. Your count, one down. Little low off the dirt. Nice save by
good scoop.
Baker. I was writing in the player change or the pinch hitter. Well, I tell you what, Brian, I'm a big fan of this Gold Peak unsweetened tea. Trying to cut down on the calories a little bit, but going the unsweetened version. Speaking of unsweet, that pitch low and outside for ball 2. Brooks Rivard holding Gertz on at first. Schwanz steps off the rubber. Jerzinski donning some red batting gloves. A white and red bat. And Schwanz sets in. A little open stance. Kind of looks like
Oof. It was off his ankle.
kind of has a Jeff Bagwell stance up there. You remember Jeff Bagwell? Used to play for the Astros.
You're asking a golfer. There's a reason I don't say much, Peters.
Well, in golf terms, he kind of stands up at the plate like Jack Nicklaus used to stand over a putt. Little open stance. 2-2 your count. The Terminator, Jaron Schwanz, on the hill for the Wildcats. One down. Gertz at first base. James Jerzinski in the batter's box. Oh, Schwanz hit Jerzinski right in the hamstring. he hobbles the first. 2 Huskies on base for Coach Jordan Fish.
Pitching first base, Elijah Rathke, number 13.
And Rashke will go back into pinch run. And now hitting for the Huskies, pinch hitting, is Knox Weathers. Senior Knox Weathers pinch hitting for Tumaniac. Hit by a pitch. All right, here we go. We're ready to go. Schwann's just misses away. 1-0 the count. 1 down. 2 Huskies on. Gertz on second and Rathke on first. Knox Weathers at the plate for the Huskies, and Coach Fisher hoping for a little base knocks. 2-0 your count, and Elijah Baker is going to head to the mound to kind of settle Schwann's down a little bit. Well, Brian, you think Coach Fish is going to do something a little hit and run action? It'll get a little crazy with. There's 1 out, 2-0. Schwann's control's been waning a little bit here in this inning. I think you're doing nothing but taking right now.
I think you're probably right.
You're taking right here, but I mean, if he battles back and you get like a 2-2 or something like that.
Right.
That's ball 3 from Schwann's. Weathers the number 8 spot in the order. Jack Gorman, the catcher, on deck for the Huskies.
Looks like we got Brody Rudolph warming up.
And they're going to get a strike right at the knees, right on the corner for Schwann's. That brings the count to 3-1. The Husky fans and Knox Weathers thought that was ball 4. The home plate umpire disagreed. 3-1 your count, 1 down, 2 Huskies on. 1 on first, 1 on second. Knox Weathers at the plate. Baker gives the sign. Schwann's nods and delivers. Just missed on the inside, and Knox Weathers will head down to first base. Bases are barking. They're full of Huskies. And that will bring up catcher Jack Gorman. Brian, this is the
fourth
time the Huskies have had the bases loaded with either 0 outs or 1 out. And I guess one time there was 2 outs, but Coach Bishop's going to head to the mound to talk about this situation a little bit. And maybe just giving Rudolph some time to warm up over there a little bit. Well, the only thing I can see about Schwann's on the mound, his upper body, it's smooth, but his plant foot, his plant foot is moving a little. It's a little erratic, and it's causing for that's why his pitches are sometimes heading high and stuff.
Is he leaving him?
Just sometimes a little overstriding, a little understriding, stuff like that. Well, Jack Gorman's at the plate with 1 out. Bases are full of Huskies, and the Terminator, Jaron Schwann's, is looking to terminate the Huskies here in the top half of inning 8. Well, whatever Coach Bishop said to him, it must have worked. 'Cause
that worked on that one, right?
First pitch. I thought he called that one a strike.
He did. You did? I thought I saw a strike there too.
That one got away from him. That ball goes all the way to the backstop. And the Huskies plate their second run of the game and take the lead. 2-1 your score here in the top of the 8th. Ump called time. Well, catcher Jack Gorman has a 2-0 count. Still one down. Runners on second and third. There they are. And there is Jaron Schwanz. There's a big-time base wrap down the first baseline, but just fouled by about 2 feet. 2-1 your count. Gorman just a hair late on that 89-mile-per-hour fastball from Schwanz. Gorman steps in. Schwanz gets the sign, sets, and fires. Fouled it straight back with some outside heat. 2-2 your count, one down. And it looks like Rudolph is ready in the bullpen. If needed, he's back in the dugout. Auden Pankinen delivers some fresh baseballs to the umpire.
Oh, got through.
That one high to the plate. Single to left. And that will plate
2.
That will plate 2. And the Huskies take a 4-1 lead. That single by Jack Gorman. And he'll go to second on the throw. Rafke and Weathers score. Weathers reached on a walk, and Rafke reached on a hit by pitch.
All right, Rudolph's coming in now.
Brady Rudolph will come in to try to close the Huskies down here in the top of the 8th. Schwanz pitched well in the 6th and in the 7th, but gives up 3 here in the top of the 8th, and the Huskies take a 4-1 lead. What do you got on Rudolph, Brian?
He's always steady. He comes in, he does his job. He's, again, just with our pitching staff being so deep, we have a lot of pitchers we just don't see that often. We see Keenan often, Eli, Brody will come in, Auden. I mean, we just have a lot of pitchers, which is a really good problem to have. But unfortunately, they don't always get a lot of innings because there's just not a lot of innings to be had.
Well, we've had a lot of innings today. We've had one extra. We're in our 8th inning.
You're right.
And we saw Caden Mueller pitch 5 solid innings for the Wildcats. Caden gave up 2 hits. 2 hits and a walk, but no runs. Schwanz came in the 6th, had a 1-2-3 inning with 2 Ks. 7th was a little bit messier, but gave up 1 run in the 7th, and then the 8th inning, lost a little control there, and then now.
Pitching for the Wildcats, number 7, Brody Rudolph. The batter, second baseman, number 7, Jack King.
Is it? Yeah, Brody Rudolph. Brody on the hill. Yep. And Jack Kane at the plate for North. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Gorman on second. Kane takes that strike on the outside corner. A little off-speed pitch there from Rudolph. A little high and inside. 2-1 your count. Hey, talking about comebacks, the Wildcat softball team tied. They were down 6-2 in the bottom of 6, tied it up in the bottom of 7. They're headed into the extra innings, going into the 9th. Score tied at 6-6.
Good for them. They're having a great season.
They are. Comebacks could be contagious here in River Falls here on a gorgeous Thursday evening at First National Bank of River Falls Field. Jack Kane with a walk. And with runners on first and second, and there they are. That brings up left fielder Braden Tillman. Brody Rudolph on the hill once again for the Wildcats. Sets into the stretch. Sets, rocks, and delivers. Little foul ball down the first baseline. 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen for the Huskies. Little slow curveball. Just scooted away from Baker. No harm, no foul. Huskies stay at the bags. Rudolph to Tillman. Here's your pitch.
Oh, great catch.
Teddy Norman snags that one right out of the air, throws it over to Ben Johnson, and that will kill the Husky rally, but not before they plate 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning, take a 4-1 lead. And they scored 3 runs on 2 hits and had 1 left. And the Wildcats will head into the bottom of the 8th inning. Well, we have the heart of the Wildcats. If you're going to make a comeback, you got to have a lot of times have the heart of the order up, and that's exactly what the Wildcats have. Chase McQuaid, Caden Mueller, and Austin Curdy ready to do battle. Chase Watkins still in the game for the Huskies. He has not yet reached his 100 pitch mark. Brian, what do we have?
I have him at 89.
Okay, so and they do have, there's two Huskies warming up in the bullpen. Looks like they're done. They're ready to roll. Yeah, you can't say enough about Chase Watkins today. Scattered 4 hits. Wildcats with just 1 run. That came in the 5th inning on a RBI single by Teddy Norman. Jack Gorman's done a good job behind the plate, too.
Yes, I'd agree. Yeah, 100%. I'd agree with that.
And Jack Gorman also did a great job at the plate. His 2 RBI single gave the Huskies a 3-run lead, and that's where we stand right now in the bottom of the 8th inning. Chase McQuaid steps in. Looks like he's ready to take a rip at it. He calls time. Chase Watkins, just a junior. McQuaid takes a rip. 0-1 the count. They're going to get that call right on the outside corner. And I'm going to tell you right there, too, Brian, that's, not necessarily a pitch you want to take a rip at either.
Why is that, Greg?
Well, he takes, if you put the bat on the ball, that thing's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman or first baseman pretty much 99% of the time. It was just that's a pitcher's pitch right there. That last pitch, a ball low and away, 1-2 the count on 3-hole hitter Chase McQuaid. Good eye from the Wildcat center fielder. Evens up the count, 2-2. I have a feeling his mom, Jessica, is at the house right now. Is she at a meeting?
She's driving home from Eau Claire.
And McQuaid gets just a piece on it, stays alive for the next pitch.
The catcher just dropped it.
Mama McQuaid driving back from Eau Claire, screaming and yelling in the car for her son Chase to hit a bullet down the line. He did hit a bullet down the line, but that one is just foul. Chase Watkins challenged Chase McQuaid with a high fastball right at the letters, and McQuaid took a rip at it, but Watkins got the better of him. One down in the books. Next up for the Wildcats, designated hitter now, Caden Mueller. Mueller threw 5 solid innings for the Wildcats. Watkins rocks and delivers a little bit outside. Ball 1. 4-1 your score. Wildcats here in extra innings in the bottom of the 8th. The Huskies plated 3 in the top half. That was a good pitch from Watkins.
Sure was.
Evens up the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Junior Caden Mueller at the plate. The bender is low. Well, Wildcats need base runners, Brian.
Sure do.
And you can get on base any way possible. That what they a walk's as good as a hit in this situation. In any situation. Especially in the bottom of 8, down by 3 with 1 out. The Wildcats need base runners.
There he goes, takes a walk.
And Caden Mueller, good eye at the plate, gets on first base. Much needed base runner for River Falls.
There he is, 100 pitches.
Boy, I'm just looking at these the words that the Godfather, Kevin Westhouse, has written up on the wall here. And the fans are giving a big hand for Chase Watkins, and it is a well-deserved round of applause. Watkins threw 7 1/3, 100 pitches, scattered 4 hits, gave up just 1 run.
Looks like he's going to first base.
1 walk. And he's going to stay in the game and play first base.
All right. Well, I didn't
and who do we have on the mound? Let's see. We have
see if I can get changed. I didn't get Rudolph in, so I'm going to see if
13. Yeah, so this is Elijah Rafke. Eli Rafke went from third base to pitcher. Rafke, a senior. We could take a little look at him right here.
So we'll get Rafke in as a pitcher. And then
You got a text from
Watkins.
J-Dub, Justin Wilson, Wildcat softball team comes all the way back from being down 6-2 in the bottom of 6, come back with a 7-6 9-inning victory.
No kidding.
I bet those ladies are jumping for joy over. I don't know if they were playing at UWF today or at the high school, but I know they're in River Falls. Well, left-handed hitting Austin Curdy will be at the plate for the Wildcats. The right-handed thrower for the Huskies, Eli Rafke, on the hill. Rafke has a quick motion to the plate, too.
Yeah, he does. All right, Mueller goes back to first.
And there he is.
13, Elijah Rathke. The batter for the Wildcats, left fielder number 9, Austin Curdy.
PA extraordinaire Steve Manfred introduces Austin Curdy to the box. Rathke on the hill. One down, and Mueller on first base for the Wildcats. They're down 3. They need some base runners. And Rathke starts it off with a strike. The Godfather himself, Kevin Westhouse, is sprinting up the stairs as we speak. Welcome back, Mr. Westhouse. Curdy throws one in the dirt. Nice stop by Jack Gorman.
This game had some serious pace on it when I left. What happened? Here, I'll
Well,
get this. You just go right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to get some better views at the ball game here. The Godfather is back in business. Rathke, little foul ball over by the Hudson Luther sign over there in short right field.
Well, maybe I brought some good luck.
I hope so.
Rathke looks in, gets the sign, sets and delivers. Curdy takes a rip, swings and misses, and that's out number 2 for the Wildcats. River Falls will pin their hopes today on the double deuce. Big Brooks Rivard. Put that thing in there. Okay. Rivard he struck out in the second, reached on an error in the 5th, and flied out to center in his third at bat in the 6th.
You guys are doing a great job, by the way. Way to hold down the fort. Nice work.
How'd the meeting go?
Good. It was an hour and 5 minutes of talking about water and sewer. I came at him with a fire hose. A lot of information.
Brooks Rivard with a Texas League single right over the shortstop, and he keeps the rally alive. And the tying run in Elijah Baker comes to the plate for the Wildcats.
Boy, it's always nice when you still got life, right?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of life and comebacks, right before you walked in, the River Falls softball team was down 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th, and they came all the way back to win 7-6 and 9. So maybe the boys can take a page from their comeback trail, and a little magic from senior Elijah Baker right here at the plate. Rathke looks in, trying to get the sign. He accepts it, takes a peek back at second base, and delivers.
Flowing to right.
Baker hits one to right. Long run. Can't quite get it. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. And
Baker
Wildcats are going to score. Elijah Baker with a seeing eye duck snort double down the right field line. And that scores 2 Wildcats, and that brings the score to 4-3, and the tying run sits at second base.
Yeah, I just kind of flipped that out there. Little Oppo tacos.
Yeah.
Right there. And that's a big clutch.
That was a- I
Two
mean,
RBI double.
A great effort by Maddox Gertz in right field for Huskies. He ran a good 60 yards to try to get that.
That ball had some
And
spin on it too. Did you see it spin
and it hit
dead right?
and it spun dead right, just like a Brian McQuaid pitching wedge into the green.
There's your tying run right now at second base with 2 in the bucket. Who do we got up?
Zach Cleveland is pinch running for Elijah Baker at second base. And right now is
I have
think
Zimmerman up.
the 15. I think that's Condon because he pinch hit last.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it is
I have.
Eli.
Yep, you're right.
Eli
You're right.
Condon,
Yep.
senior Eli Condon's at the plate.
I have not adjusted the batting.
He pinched hit for Zimmerman in the 7th. He struck out on 4 pitches.
We don't even need a flush rocket right now. Just a grip tape single will get it done.
Where there's a lot of room through that right field hole right there.
Gassed him
First
up.
base side. 1-2 the count.
All
Two outs.
All you need is one of these right there.
A grip tape single, according to the Godfather, Kevin Westhouse.
That'd do it, wouldn't it?
Any type of single, you got to think Coach Bishop's going to be waving around.
Not today.
And Rafke rears back, fires, and hammers down the 3rd out of the inning. And that's your ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Great ball game. Extra innings. Huskies get 3 in the top of the 8th to take a 4-1 lead. Wildcats come storming back, get 2, but they fall up just short. 4-3 your final. Once again, great ball game. Chase Watkins pitched one heck of a ball game. Came all the way in and got pitched 7 1/3. Eli Rathke came on and got the last 2 outs for the 4-3 victory. Brian, what do you say about a game like today?
It was a fun one. I think it was a great game. I wish we would have came out on top. But
Yeah, Wildcats. So here's the box score for the North Huskies: 4 runs on 7 hits. They had 3 errors. Wildcats scored 3 runs on 6 hits with 2 errors. 2 of those hits were in the last couple batters of the game. So Chase Watkins held the Wildcats down, giving up just 4 hits over 7 1/3. He walked just 1. Chase Watkins, our Gold Peak unsweetened tea player of the ball game.
I like that, Greg. Good work. Nice work. Nice work with that, Mr. Peters.
Well, we had come back from the softball team just a couple miles away, and they won 7-6 in 9 innings. Wildcats had an extra inning affair as well, but fall up just short, 4-3. Kevin, you want to put a big red bow on this one and send this one to the house?
Yeah, I can't believe I made it back to put the big red bow on this. But as I came up here, what an effort for the Wildcats. They get the big clutch 2-out RBI double to bring them within 1. But then hats off to Eau Claire North. A pitcher comes in there. That was Mr. Tell me who that was.
Watkins.
No, but at the end, the closer.
Eli Rathke.
8th guy Rathke.
Eli, he was playing 3rd earlier.
Yeah, Eli Rathke came in and just reared back and shut him down and got that last big strikeout. So hats off to the Eau Claire North Huskies that come out of here today with a big 4-3 win over the River Falls Wildcats. On behalf of Coach Ryan Bishop of the River Falls Wildcats, our great play-by-play commentator today, Mr. Gregory Eugene Peters.
Yes, sir.
And Brian McQuaid just getting it done again, solid on the scoreboard. Awesome. I'm Kevin Westhouse saying thanks again for joining us, everybody. And we'll be back with you tomorrow night for JV2 baseball right here on the River Falls Sports.